very interested in the walls, that's a whole nother. That's dependent on what you think.
5, 4,
own truth.
3,
So.
2, 1, go!
But this is actually really good for like talking about my Kiwis, because it's like it's just mentally taxing enough that it like actually gets my brain going, but like not mentally taxing enough that I have to like stop thinking
Base
about
complete.
it. So it's kind of like on a sub like conscious level that I'm doing all this.
5,
But-
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
I find a lot of the ideas about like eugenics and that kind of stuff very fascinating. One thing that I find kind of interesting is that how many like somewhat liberal people really admired Nikola Tesla, even though he was kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Not to mention like his fascination with like pigeons and like all that kind of stuff. Like I was a really big fan of him. I have like a book of them that I read. I don't like read a bunch of books, partially because it's very expensive and ADHD. Like one of my favorite ways to read books is just like playing a video game and listening to it while I'm processing it, but only like a very mentally non-taxing video game, so I can really focus on it. So I find my brain actually
Challenge complete.
like wanders a lot more if I'm only reading it, because it will try to entertain itself with other thoughts. Like if there's an interesting thought within it, and I read it,
5,
my
4,
mind will like start
3,
running off with
2,
that and try to like
1,
integrate
go!
it into my like overall worldview. So yeah, that's kind of how I am. But I don't know if that's normal. So I am a little bit sideways when I do that. So, but I kind of think that what was I talking about? I don't know. There was something about eugenics, and there was like some other thing. I think that people have an issue with like if something is like related to another thing that they dislike, they have a hard
Time is
time like
running out. Base complete.
separating those things. Like if the Nazis did something, then all of it's bad. But like if you say that Nazis like something, then it's all bad. But
5,
which would actually
4,
help me out
3,
with some of the things
2,
I think
1,
are bad.
go!
They like a lot of the things I dislike, and I can do this. Like, I've already talked about how Himmler was a fan of Islam, and they thought that like a lot of the Middle Eastern stuff was a like result, like Islam was a result of like Aryans that have went over to the Middle East, like that came from Atlantis.
Base
I've already
complete.
talked a little bit about that. And another interesting thing is a lot of like because I used to be like a pretty like staunch atheist. I
5,
thought that
4,
like Christianity
3, 2,
and like
1, go!
like Hitler were like big old pals, just because the Pope at the time did support Hitler.
Base
But the
complete.
thing is that Hitler like talked about like destroying Christianity and stuff like that, but he also did say some like nice things about Jesus.
5,
Like he's like
4,
a great
3,
like Aryan
2,
dude, like
1,
just,
go!
blonde hair, blue eyes, all that sort of stuff. And that he wasn't Jewish and blah 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 blah. It's not really clear what he said in order to gain power and what he said in order to like just because he believed it. But you can't really tell the difference because like I guess you could go off of like what like gains him power and what doesn't. But then again, there would be a difficulty deciding what gave him power and what doesn't.
Base complete.
Because you can't really just go off of like if you were to figure that out, you can't go off of like what he what helped within like
5,
the public
4,
opinion.
3, 2,
Just that you
1,
have to also go
go!
with, like what happened in the party, because a lot of the party members after the war were not really happy with Hitler because they thought that he, at least the occultists, they thought that he like went away from the supernatural.
Base complete.
And kind of did. He wasn't as like supernaturally
5,
as the others.
4,
I
3,
think he did have quite
2,
a bit of it though.
1,
Like he
go!
talked to somebody about how he thought he had the third eye powers of a Cyclops, which was the pineal gland within the head, and he thought that the monsters that are in like legends actually exist at one point, and that you can't have legends like that are baseless, which is kind of hard to tell for sure. You have to go off of like what exactly you think is good evidence, and if you think that like eyewitness testimony is good evidence, or like people who talk to each other and
Base complete.
like them talking to each other and the chain of communication is reliable. A lot of people who believe in lots of religions think that that's
Challenge complete.
and that's part of why they believe like the Bible is good, all that kind of stuff. But I was more in the line of if it's not, and some of them
5,
kind of
4,
use that chain
3,
of mind argument
2,
to
1, go!
think. So it doesn't seem like the arguments of like, oh, this part of the Bible says this thing, therefore the Bible kind of sucks. So it kind of, guys. But that also brings up the idea that like it's kind of like how do you use the book if it's an unreliable source, and like what do you use to say it's good and what do you use to say it's bad, and how certain should you be of that stuff, and is there any certainty in any of it, and is any of it like something you can actually like act on?
Time is running out. Base complete.
It is possible that like you should probably just let everyone, even if you believe that it's true, that you probably should just let everyone do what they want just because you're like kind of
5, 4,
blind
3,
to what could
2,
be true.
1,
So-
go!
But it's also possible that like, you probably should act on it if you think that like it's true. Well, it is not that it's possible. It's like logically justified. If you think that one thing is desirable, and you think desirable things should be like attained, then you should use the, and you think that the knowledge you had should be
Base
used in order
complete.
to attain those desirable things, then it just like you can't just not achieve the desirable things. So like, it just doesn't make sense not to.
5, 4, 3, 2,
But I've already talked
1,
about that.
go!
But I kind of wonder about like whenever I think about like
Base
moral or
complete.
immoral things, and what is immoral and what's not immoral, is moral. I kind of have an issue with like if I go based off
5,
of, like, you should
4,
achieve
3,
things that like
2,
that
1,
you find desirable,
go!
and what I normally go with what I find desirable is like more of like a mental state of being, which I think is somewhat subjective. Like I think you probably could find the state at which like the subjective and the objective meet. That would be very difficult, but I do think it probably exists. You can't really be certain about that though, and the degree to which you can be certain about anything, oh my gosh, is kind of difficult to find out. Come on, just let me get you.
Base complete.
But because there's one thing about like truth in general. It's kind of hard to base.
5, 4,
How
3,
should I say this?
2, 1, go!
The thing about truth, like objective and like how you decide what is true and what is false, is that one thing that kind of makes that difficult is that come on.
Base complete.
But the thing that makes that difficult is that you have to have like a definition of how you figure out things are true, because you could be totally disconnected from
5,
reality.
4,
And
3,
you could like
2,
you need to
1,
have sources
go!
for how you decide that. Like, are your eyes good at deciding what's true? Are your ears an accurate representation of what's true? Are certain measurements that you can see here, yada yada yada, accurate representations of what's true? And if so, like, what model should you use? Personally, I'm more along the lines of like, if it accurately predicts the future and it like creates an accurate model, then it's true. Even though that has like really big like holes in it, like if you had that model of what's true and what's not true, then you can easily see a
Base complete.
that like you could have everything that you can predict inside of a certain model be like artificially fed into the system and have like everything that you believe.
Challenge complete.
False. I don't think that the delay in what I say and what I do is going to affect the quality of this video, so I'm just going to keep recording.
5, 4,
But
3, 2,
that kind of makes
1,
a big
go!
issue with like making any decisions. Like, I act as if people are real, just because if I'm wrong about that, it kind of messes things up for people. But if there was like two realities that seemed like equally similar, it's kind of difficult. Like, one other thing that's kind of interesting is that we think that like the dream world and the real world are separate. Well, not separate, that the dream world exists within the real world in a way that it's like, not that it's actually real what you're experiencing, but that everything in the dream world is created by physical elements in the real world. So it's like it's base reality, real reality, which is the one that we're experiencing now.
Time is running out.
So it could be possible that
Base complete.
that stuff would not how should I say this? That all of that would be totally, how should I say this? My brain's
5, 4, 3, 2,
it could be possible the dream
1,
world is real,
go!
that this one is not, and that the dream world is pretty real, not vice versa, and we wouldn't really have any real way of telling between the two. Just besides like besides like testing it in the dream world and then here, and if it had certain laws of physics to it inside of the dream world that like bring us back to the real world, like there's really no solution for that.
Base complete.
If you go off of the idea that like reality is just based off of like your ability to predict the future and like to account for the past information that you have, because like within both worlds, everything that
5,
you're experiencing
4,
is
3,
self-isolated.
2,
So you're
1,
kind of
go!
isolated in this world to the dream world, and you're, well, not entirely, because you can switch back and forth, but you kind of know what I'm saying. Like the dream world
Base
is
complete.
isolated, so you don't really know if it's real or not. So it could be that that's the real world. And why you decide that this is the real one is a whole nother
5,
strange
4, 3,
discussion.
2, 1, go!
But I act like this is the real one, just because if I didn't, I would imagine that. Well, in this one, I'm gonna die eventually. So if I die and then the other one's the real one, I'm gonna live in that one instead. So if I'm gone from this one, then I still have the other one. It'd be kind of interesting if that was I wonder if that's how